let's face it, you've got a problem. You've got a real serious problem, and I'm here to help you solve it. So from the caption, you've guessed what this video is about. Okay, you're being too technical. You're way too technical, and that's a problem. Now, let's start with the story. So, one time I was part of a team building this really nice product, and we had a product owner who'd give feedback about what we were building, whether it looks good, whether it's working well. We did demos like I think that was every 2 weeks or so. And there was one of our sessions where our UI designer was part of the call, and there was this feedback about the website we were building, the design. And it was simple. It's that this application you're building right now, what I can see here, this website, this design, is not properly aligned. The different boxes, the different elements, they don't fit with each other. It looks scattered. And here's what our designer says. I use a ruler in Figma. So in the technical side, this works well. Like, we don't care. We don't really care if you use a ruler or not. What can you see? Now, our designer thought he was correct. He probably used a ruler. Maybe the ruler told him it was straight. I don't know. Maybe he didn't use it well. But the end result showed that it's not properly aligned. Why are you telling us to use a ruler? We don't care whether you use a ruler. We don't care whether you use Figma or whether you use CorelDRAW or Photoshop. We don't care. What can we see right now? We're seeing a website that has contents not properly aligned, that has scattered contents. You see that? And that's a problem when you fail to look at the end result and just focus on the technical process. So your users are telling you, this is something we are seeing, this is something we are experiencing right now, this is what we can see. But you're trying to explain the technical side of things. We don't care. All we want is an application that's working. All we want is a working website. I don't know, you use React, cool, good for you. You use machine learning, some super advanced AI technology, good for you. I don't really care. I just want an application that solves my problem. I want a website. As far as I know, you might have spent days, months, years building this, but it's not working for me. It's not solving my problem. You see that? And you're trying to go into the technical details, but pause for a moment and look at things from the eyes of the end user. You see that? So someone is telling you, your authentication system, it sucks. It's not working well. I'm trying to log in and I don't know, I don't understand what's happening. And you're trying to explain like, oh, actually, we don't want to go with the flow and use authentication services. We are trying to build the authentication ourselves, and we are doing. I don't know. I don't want to know about all that. I want something that works as the user. You can use WordPress. You can use Firebase auth system. You can use something from AWS. I don't care. Is it working? And that's the problem with so many people. You focus too much on the process without thinking about the end result. The process is important, very important, but you can't have a good process and a bad end result. You gotta have both. Good process, good end result. Because you have a good process with a bad end result, no one would care. It's why you can have an application that's got an awesome backend. You have an awesome API, awesome backend integration. Your system design is amazing. Good infrastructure setup. And what's the end user seeing? Seeing a terrible front end. Something with bad user experience. They can't use it. You might have done all the technical things at the back. Cool, good for you. But I don't understand what I'm seeing. So you gotta step out of that world of technicality for a moment and see things from the eyes of your end user. See things from the eyes of viewers, of people using your product or whatever it is you're building. This goes beyond software. It goes into any kind of product, right? You're talking about, oh, I was mixing this and this chemical to get this, and I don't know. I just want something that solves my problem. This works in so many ways. You want to start a YouTube channel and you're focusing on the technical side. I have to get my video well. I have to get this camera. I have to get this type of microphone. I have to set this up and do this and do this. While someone else, instead of thinking about all that technicality and planning on all they need to start, they just start. They start with their phone and put out their video there. And users come, they watch, they enjoy their content. They can hear them, they can see them. They enjoy what they're saying, what they're hearing, and what they're seeing. And they're happy, and they go. And you're just there being so technical. I have to get the audio working in this way or the video working in this way. All the technical side. But the end result might not be that awesome. You don't care. All you know is that, this technical issue, it needs to be this way or this way or this way. That's not the way things work. That's not the way it works. So you want to get started with something, right? Stop being too technical. Stop. You see people, they try to choose technologies because of based on bragging rights. You want to build a simple application, a Todo app. And there's an easy way to do this with something like maybe Electron or Flutter or anything, right? And that's out there. But I'm not saying that it's wrong to build with Java and native applications and all that, right? I'm saying you're now choosing something because you want bragging rights, so that I can tell people, I didn't use a hybrid app builder to build this application. I used something very technical to build this application. Nobody cares. While you're there planning on the technicalities of your to-do app, someone has gone to use Electron to build theirs. Someone has gone to use a simple infrastructure to build theirs, and people are using it. And you're battling with, this has to be this way, this has to be this way. I have to use React, I have to use Angular. When WordPress works perfectly for this particular situation, a particular scenario. But no, I have to tell people that I use Java to build my web app. I have to tell people that I use Kotlin to build my web app. So you're trying to focus on the technical details because of bragging rights and not because, this is what fits best. This is what the end user is going to experience and see and feel. And that's what you should try to solve. Are you being too technical in life and forgetting about what people are seeing? Thinking, this is the way I feel, this is the way I processed it. Cool. What's the result of everything you felt and everything you processed and everything you planned? What's the end result? Is it something that people like? You see that? So think about that. Think about your end users. Think about, moving beyond products. Think about the people you're interacting with. How your action is going to affect them too. This works in all areas of life. Stop being too technical. You want to start something, get started with your YouTube channel, just start. Why someone else is thinking about how to get the best setup, another person is already building his building and creating his own content, and people are watching it and they're happy, and that channel is great. And they'll think, I have to build my own blog myself. I'm not going to use something like Hashnode or Dev2. I have to start building my own from scratch myself. There's WordPress, no, I'm not going to use that. I want to tell people that I did this on my own. You see that? As someone else has already started that, they're making waves with their stuff. So that's really it. Are you being too technical? If you are, stop and think about your end users.